Good Life 45 is proud to partner with Love and Happiness for an amazing couples retreat. The theme? Love makes everything better. Because when your relationship is right, everything is right. Hosted by Doctors Vandy and Barbara Coulter. October 11 through 12. Friday night starts with a Sweethearts plated dinner, games, prizes, and the evening caps off with a Sweethearts couples dance. Powerful relationship sessions include Love and Money, a men's only session, Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night, how to insulate your relationship against infidelity, professional pursuits, or just being too busy for your love. A woman's only session titled, Do You Want to Be Right or Receive? A group panel with relationship experts discussing All I Need is RESPECT. Here's what past guests have said about our Love and Happiness events.
Our assessment on the Love and Happiness event was actually wonderful. The thing about it was showing you how to communicate in more than one way. It was more so for me adding tools to the toolkit.
If someone's thinking about coming to this event and they haven't quite made up their minds, I would say it's really a no-brainer. The cost is so affordable that it's almost free, and the information that you will get, you could have spent hundreds of dollars in counseling sessions. It's just a fabulous opportunity to get some information while you're sitting along with other couples who have the same desire, who want the same information.
If somebody was wanting to come, I would tell them you would get a lot out of this. I would use my own testimony on what I got out of it and how it's affected my marriage in such a positive light.
If someone was thinking about coming, I would tell them to come.
If someone was thinking of coming to the Love and Happiness event and you're on the fence, listen, you need to be here. For simple fact of just bettering your marriage, to being a better husband, being a better wife, just being an overall better spouse, you will be blessed tremendously by this event. It's an eye-opener. You don't want to miss it.
Act now and save big on our super early bird registration. Just go to our website, loveandhappiness.tv or eventbrite.com. Whether you're married, planning to be married, or in a relationship, this will bless you to keep your relationship strong and on top. Hey, want to attend for free as our special guest? Then take our 2-on-5 challenge on loveandhappiness.tv. Succeed and you'll be our VIP guest for free. It's easier than you think. Remember, no one gets their happily ever after. They create their happily ever after. Create yours today.
Today on Love and Happiness with Doctors Vandy and Barbara Coulter.
I think that people are losing like in their love.
Oh,
so
God,
they have the love.
If
their mate was to suddenly take ill
right.
or to perish, their heart would be grieving, they would be crying, they would be upset, but the like is lost in the love. And so you've got this big bowl of love and like a little spoon of like in there. So you don't like to do things together. You don't like to spend time with each other. You don't like, the conversation, because it always turns into more than just intimate type of conversation. It turns into stress and strife and just the weight of the world. And I think that by being intentional about your happiness, it allows you to get not just get the like back, but to feed that like where you can have a bowl full of like all in your love. It's really important that whatever the dynamic, and you can substitute trust for anything. If you and your mate just don't see eye to eye on core values, like how are we going to raise the kids? And you have maybe a stern approach and they have more of a timeout and forgiving approach, you know, stern, timeout, you know, then it does create a dichotomy that you have to navigate. You have to try to figure out how are we going to do this. And sometimes it's going to be compromised. Other times it's going to have to look like, you know, who really believes in this method, and maybe they get the chance to exercise it first. You know, whatever it looks like, it has to look like
give and
some
take,
solutions.
working together.
Because if one person is always doing it their way, the other person, I promise you, is in bondage. So if you're watching and you're next to your mate and you always do it the way you want, I promise you, in the spirit realm, they're sitting next to you like this, like, I'm in bondage. I can't even do what I want. And so the thing about these couples retreats and these kind of summits and these kind of shows is they give you an opportunity to get some keys to unlock those chains and free yourselves without going through major surgery or a major divorce or a major failure.
Oh, separation or just anything. Because that impacts not only your life, but your family's life, your children's life. And just so much is connected to your relationship winning. So,
so in the intentional happiness and being careful to bring wood to the fire, you also have to bring light. And the thing about light is light allows us to focus and see things that we can't see in the dark. So when you're in the situation and it's dark and the relational, you know, dynamic is really like, I don't know, we're fussing with this, we're not happy, you know, and it just starts to get very dim and it gets really dark. Well, you can't really see each other's heart anymore. You just see your hurt.
That's right.
You just see what you're dealing with. You
and
just
that is
see
amplified. The
completely.
hurt becomes amplified over everything. And it's not that it's necessarily the truth, it's a truth, but it's kind of like just morphs the whole relationship.
And think about this. When you're sitting in the dark, one of the things I always say is in the dark, shapes take on different meanings. So when you're a little kid and you're in the dark and the coat and the hat is on the edge of the bed, it looks like a person
or a monster
is sitting there. And when you have those kind of issues, all of a sudden, when it gets dim and dark, you start to see each other differently. You start to feel like this isn't working. And it's like, really? Is it really not working? Or is it something that you need to do, like come to a couples retreat, come to summits, come take the online course. You can do it at your leisure together.
Your own home.
Get the book, get other relational books. Do things to shine light on it, because it's like, have you ever saw those movies or those kind of images where you see a flower, a beautiful graphic, and then as the sun lights on it, it begins to blossom and it just begins to open up and it just, the color gets so vibrant and rich. And you know, well, the thing is that when you take the time to feed and be intentional about happiness, feeding your relationship and being intentional about happiness, you're shining light on the value of the relationship. And you're shining light in a way that your mate can go like, wow, that you both will blossom from those moments that force you to put everything else on the side. You know, you put all the challenges to the left,
all the strife, all the pride, because sometimes we like to stick in our pride. If we're upset with our mate or our spouse and we think that we are just so right, we'll dig our heels in and we'll stay in that position because of pride, not because we're right, because of pride. And you don't want to look, you know, embarrassing, or you don't want to look,
sometimes it's stubborn. Sometimes it's, you know, and we all deal with it in different capacities. You know, it's like, it's easy for me to remember times where I feel my wife was stubborn, and I promise you it's easy for her to remember times she felt I was stubborn. Just a little bit. And then, you know, the thing is, as you allow yourself to kind of shine light on what's really going on, then you grow. Not only do you blossom, but you grow, because light makes things grow. So if you've planted a relationship and you're not giving opportunity to shine light by coming out and just focusing on your love, you can't expect it to be as full, as vibrant, as rich. You just can't expect the benefits of what you've decided to enter into. So we're really going to be opening up each of the aspects in some discussion, So we really, really are excited about it, and we want to encourage you to be part of it, because this is life-changing when you take the time to be intentional about happiness. Listen to this revelation about relationship. I believe that sometimes people do not shine the necessary light on the relationship. They do not necessarily bring enough wood to their fire to burn their desire for each other and to burn a relationship that they would like to be warmed and enjoy. I think most of that is because there are individuals who don't understand that there are two types of relationships. One type of relationship is a Chronos relationship, and the other relationship is a Kairos relationship. Now, follow this up. Okay. When it's a Chronos relationship, that is quantitative time. That is how long we have been together. Chronos is the way that you count the minutes and the seconds and the hours. And it's the way that you begin to pay attention to the small things like, it's 7 weeks we've been together. It doesn't matter what those 7 weeks was like. It's 7 years we're together. And it doesn't matter how much of it was intentional happiness versus Chronos. So Chronos relationally is what a lot of couples focus on, and it's almost the way that adults think, I am at a certain age, so I don't need anyone to teach me something, or I've lived so long that I think I know. That is all encompassed within Chronos. Now, Kairos in a relationship, Kairos constitutes the quantity, the quality rather, not the quantity, but the quality of the relationship. Okay. Kairos constitutes the season. It constitutes the circumstances and everything around it. So if I drive 1 hour with my mate, and during that 1 hour, we're spending 1 hour in the car, Chronos tells me we've been together an hour. Kairos tells me how do I feel during the drive. So if I'm feeling like this drive is inspiring me and we're connecting this hour, it's not about the Chronos, the quantity of time. It's the Kairos. It's the season. It's the circumstances. So when we have a relational focus on Kairos instead of Chronos, when we're focused on the season that we have, then all of a sudden we see the value in making sure that we stay connected, making sure that we celebrate our relationship, making sure that nothing gets in the way of our love affair. So the mistake that many couples make is they quote how long they've been together. You hear couples do it all the time. We've been together 10 years. We've been together 30 years. We've been together 40 years. Well, are you still, does your heart still skip a beat? I know that's right. Mine too. When your mate comes, are you still, is she still your girlfriend and your wife? Is she, are you still her boyfriend and her husband? In other words, are you able to keep the youth of your love? And no matter what season, what chronological aspect of your love that you have. And so by coming to these type of, even by watching these type of shows, you're literally all of a sudden shifting from the Chronos to the Kairos aspect, because while you're just watching a couple of minutes of relational information and relational content, you're actually feeding a season that can last for a long time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts about that?
Well, because too many times people, like you said, focus on the time they spend together, 30 years, 40 years. But in that season, are you loving each other? Are you still hot? Do you still date? Do you still like each other? And that's the thing. Do you plan to grow old together, or you're just going to fall into old age? So too oftentimes it's so many people they're so busy with everything else and putting everything else as a priority. They don't put each other as a priority, and therefore something is lacking, which is the love, the passion, the friendship, the fellowship.
So you want to come to the Love and Happiness Couples Retreat, and that makes you wise. We have an opportunity for you to come VIP and free. If you would like to come to our Couples Retreat VIP, and that means you get preferential treatment. You get to sit at the best tables in the house. You will be pampered throughout the event. If you want to come VIP and free, we have something we're very excited about, which is a 2-on-5 challenge. The way the 2-on-5 challenge works is you would very simply just go to our website, loveandhappiness.tv, take a look at the VIP and free button on our homepage. When you do, you'll be able to get all the details, including frequently asked questions like, what if I've already registered? If I take the 2-on-5 challenge, will you refund my money? Yes, we will completely, including the fees from Eventbrite. It will all be reimbursed to you right as soon as you satisfy the challenge. So what the challenge is, very simply, is when you accept the challenge, we will give you a code, and when you refer 5 other couples and they use that code, you will be given your attendance for free. We'll pay for your dinner, we'll pay for your breakfast, we won't pay for your hotel, even though the Holiday Inn has given us a reduced rate, so you'll be able to have a great room. They're newly renovated, very nice.
Beautiful.
But we encourage you, take the 2-on-5 challenge. I'm sure you know 5 couples that you can say, hey, you should go to this retreat. We're going, it'll be fun. Whether you're coming from another city or whether you're right here in Central Florida, you can take the 2-on-5 challenge and have a wonderful time on us as our guests, VIP and free. And once those who you refer become registered, they can take the 2-on-5 challenge to be VIP and free as well. Good. And they will then be able to refer 5. We just want to be a blessing. And if you can tell others about the great things that they can enjoy, we'll bless you back.
Want your relationship to go from bad to good to great, or great to greater? Get our Finding Each Other's Frequency Relationship Masterclass. Our online course covers secrets to creating your happily ever after, with proven tools, tactics, techniques that'll make your relationship better within 30 days. After over 20 years of counsel and relationship coaching, Doctors Vandy and Barbara Coulter have put together the keys to improve communication, intimacy, alleviate resentment, anger, and most importantly, win. You can do our online 3-step course in the privacy of your own home or on your smart device with that special someone and become an unofficial relationship expert. You deserve to be happy, so you owe it to yourself, your mate, your children, and your relationship. Log on to loveandhappiness.tv today for more information. Remember, no one gets their happily ever after. They create their happily ever after. Create yours today.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you reference. I think that people are losing in their love.
Oh,
so
God,
so they have the love.
If
their mate was to suddenly take ill
right.
or to perish, their heart would be grieving. They
right.
would be crying. They would be upset. But the is lost
right.
in the love, and so you've got this big bowl of love and like a little spoon of in there. So you don't like to do things together. You don't like to spend time with each other. You don't like, the conversation, because it always turns into more than just intimate type of conversation. It turns into stress and strife and just the weight of the world. Right. And I think that by being intentional about your happiness, it allows you to get not just get the back, but to feed that where you can have a bowl full of all in your love.
Right.
If that makes sense,
where
you could just feel the
right.
feel the all over that love, because when you really like your mate, and your mate is your best friend, my mate is my best friend. No ifs, ands, and buts. Nobody is closer to me than her, nor do I want anyone closer to me than her. Male or female, nobody closer than my wife. But it's because I have a bowl full of for her. If I didn't like her, if all I did was love her, or if for the most part I just loved her, I wouldn't like her. Sometimes you can have children and you can love them, but you don't like them.
And may I say something? Love goes through different seasons. So you can love them like a brother, love them like a lover, because sometimes you can be together so long and you're not maintaining the intimacy in the relationship. You go through we're just roommates.
Yeah.
you know,
it
and
slips.
it slips.
Yeah.
So what type of love do you have for your mate?
Yeah.
Is it that, you know, because it goes through seasons.
Yeah.
It goes through changes. So
yeah,
it's
as you change,
everything
changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's really important to like your mate. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I love different things about you, but I also like you as a person. I just, it's so many things, your personality, your style, just so many different things. And it's like 20 years later and I'm still like, oh, I just love your eyes. And just, yeah,
I feel the
because
same way about
we have
you.
to feed, you have to be careful
Yeah.
and conscious to feed each other's love
Spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah.
That's the word right there.
Yeah. And you said it best when we first started this particular segment, that you have to love on purpose.
Oh, yes.
That you have to love on purpose. That because it's intentional happiness, that you've decided that I'm going to find a way to like each other.
Right.
You know, I'm going to find a way to stay engaged intimately, emotionally, just in every aspect, not just when it's you know, time for the bedroom, you know, but when it's time to live. Because when you make liking each other a big part of your bowl of love, then you can do more than survive, you can thrive. Then you can have a tremendous relationship. So
Because we have a vision also. We have a vision for our relationship.
Right.
Not just the now,
and
but
it's not just the chronos, but it's
No,
the kairos.
absolutely.
Because it's not just the picture. We have a picture, a vision of a very, very old couple. I mean, like, you know,
90 years.
99.7 type thing. And they're literally kissing. And the vision is that when we get to that number, that chronos, that we are still that kairos, that season of love. So when they're kissing, it looks like they're still 21, you know, but they've lived all these chronos years,
Right.
these chronological years. And so because we have that vision, we feed ourselves. And many of you should create a vision if you don't have one. If someone was to say, well, what's the vision for your relationship? You know, it shouldn't be, you know, to pay all the bills.
No.
It shouldn't be to get the kids out the house. Because by the time the kids leave, you don't know each other. You're
That's right.
strangers. You know,
and oftentimes the relationship suffers. The seasons actually have a toll. It comes to that head when the kids leave the house and they separate, they divorce, they just leave each other because they don't.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
purpose was the family, was the kids, and now that they're gone, what do we do next? Okay, I don't like you either. Let's bye.
Yeah.
But really, just make sure. Okay, we got plans. We're gonna get a beach house. We're selling the Bitcoin. We're gonna just go travel the world, and be together. You know, whatever we do, we're gonna do it together.
right?
It's wrong with my tongue.
The reason that I'm laughing is we saw a movie a while back, and it was really powerful because one person thought everything was fine.
Oh God, yes.
And the other person was so they just took their daughter to college, and some of you may have seen this. I just can't remember the
can't
actors
think of it either.
and the name. And then when they took and dropped the daughter off to college, then mom was all excited. She gets in the car and she's like, all right, let's go start our vacation.
Yes.
We're flying off. And she gets in the car, and then the husband just turns and says, I want a divorce. And she shattered
Yes.
because she didn't see it coming. And so it's just to say that when you're not connected properly and you're not hearing each other's heart, and you haven't found each other's frequency, then it's very, very easy for you to assume everything is one thing that it's not. And when you take the time to collectively come to these type of things that we're encouraging you to participate in, the couples retreat, summits, the different things that we have throughout the year. If you're watching this after October, trust me, there's another summit, there's another retreat. We do them regularly. Just go to our website, loveandhappiness.tv. You'll see it. But when you do these type of things, it allows you to stay on the same page as well. Because there's some communication that's fostered in those kind of moments that you can just say, you know, so what did you think about that? And then you can listen to your mate and you can find where they really are and see if they're in the same room as you. And if not, you can come and find them where they are and then help them find you where you are.
Good Life 45 is proud to partner with Love and Happiness for an amazing couples retreat. The theme, Love Makes Everything Better. Because when your relationship is right, everything is right. Hosted by Doctors Vandy and Barbara Coulter, October 11th through 12th. Friday night starts with a Sweethearts plated dinner, games, prizes, and the evening caps off with a Sweethearts couples dance. Powerful relationship sessions include Love and Money, a men's only session, Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night, how to insulate your relationship against infidelity, professional pursuits, or just being too busy for your love. A woman's only session titled, Do You Want to Be Right or Receive? A group panel with relationship experts discussing All I Need is RESPECT. Here's what past guests have said about our Love and Happiness events.
Our assessment on the Love and Happiness event was actually wonderful. The thing about it was showing you how to communicate in more than one way. It was more so for me adding tools to the toolkit.
If someone's thinking about coming to this event and they haven't quite made up their minds, I would say it's really a no-brainer. The cost is so affordable that it's almost free, and the information that you will get, you could have spent hundreds of dollars in counseling sessions. It's just a fabulous opportunity to get some information while you're sitting along with other couples who have the same desire, who want the same information.
If somebody was wanting to come, I would tell them you would get a lot out of this. I would use my own testimony on what I got out of it and how it's affected my marriage in such a positive light.
If someone was thinking about coming, I would tell them to come.
If someone was thinking of coming to the Love and Happiness event and you're on the fence, listen, you need to be here. For simple fact of just bettering your marriage, to being a better husband, being a better wife, just being an overall better spouse, you will be blessed tremendously by this event. It's an eye-opener. You don't want to miss it.
Act now and save big on our super early bird registration. Just go to our website, loveandhappiness.tv or eventbrite.com. Whether you're married, planning to be married, or in a relationship, this will bless you to keep your relationship strong and on top. Hey, want to attend for free as our special guest? Then take our 2-on-5 challenge on loveandhappiness.tv. Succeed and you'll be our VIP guest for free. It's easier than you think. Remember, no one gets their happily ever after. They create their happily ever after. Create yours today.
If you have any questions about your relationship, and sometimes you do, but you don't know who to ask, you don't know who to turn to, just email us any questions you may have about relationships.
Do you have an interesting relationship story or testimony and would like to be a guest on our show? Whether you're single, in a relationship, or married, we'd love to hear what you've learned or overcome. With technology, we can interview you from anywhere in the world, and your story can inspire and bless millions. Just go to our website, loveandhappiness.tv, and right on our home screen, you'll see Want to be a guest on our TV show? Just click, and all the directions are there. We can't wait to hear from you.
If you're not happy in your current relationship state, stop listening to people who are not getting it right and go to people that have a successful relationship. If they have webinars and they're willing to share their wisdom and their secrets and their keys, like, why would you not do that?